Okay, folks, look at that blue box. This is Steve at the Metal and Wood channel. We're going to look at Charles Brisco right here. This is a challenge to Charles Brisco. Charles Brisco has told me he's not in the chainsaw cult through an email a friend of mine sent to him, and he made an agreement through the emails that he would not be disparaging of me in the future anymore related to the Hanakawa postings that he had, and he was warning everybody about, don't do business with this guy because he's going to rip you off, he's going to con you. Charles, this is a challenge to you for your fraudulent behavior and your lying in your most recent YouTube video, and I challenge you to back up what you're saying. It should be very easy. Let's go through a little bit about what we're talking about. So Charles posts this video last night that someone sent me, and he's talking about counterfeit 372 XPs. Now, you can call them clones, whatever. So if he's so against counterfeits, then why is he buying them? He's talked about buying the white ones, buying this one, buying that one. He's talking about, he paid $575 for one, but it wasn't worth it. But he doesn't talk about why. So he comes along here, and he acts like he's presenting to you the saws that I'm dealing with. He doesn't mention my name. He doesn't mention my name, but that doesn't matter. He's got all kinds of references in there. He's got all kind of references throughout his video that he's selected these saws because these are the saws that someone down south is, trying to charge $600 for, and he has a friend that got some of these saws that has had nothing but problems with them. Look, if I pass along a saw and if I collect $600 from somebody, that saw is going to have a guarantee. So if you know somebody that got a saw from me for $600 and has problems with it, they didn't use their guarantee, Charles, because I'd make sure that they're fine. And if they did get one of my saws, like you're showing right here, if this is one of my saws, if they did get one of my saws, Charles, it would still be running. And if there was a problem with it, it was most likely operator error, like not changing the fuel filter, not changing the air filter, things like that. But that's after like years of use, you understand? And you get this saw in your hand and you don't talk about where you got it from. You say you paid $130 and after shipping it would have been $150. And if you order 10, you get it for $80. Charles, you're lying. You're lying to people on your YouTube channel. That is a lie. You did not buy that saw in a pair ordered from my factory for $150 each, and 10 of them is $80. That's a lie. Okay, you're not showing where you got them. You need to show where you got them. All right, so I challenge you to show where you got them. Where did you order them from? And if you have a saw from me, you were not asked to pay $600 for that saw. You weren't asked at all to pay $600 for that saw. Now, I'm not saying that is my saw because I've sold very few of these saws, but in the likely event that you got your hands on my saw from my factory, you did not get it from my factory for $130 or $150 after shipping. You did not, plain and simple. All right? And if you did, show it to me and prove it to me. And if we need to put a wager on that, we can. You got my email. I sent you 2 emails today, Charles, and I haven't heard back from you. I asked my law firm to send you an email. They're busy. It's going to cost me a couple $100 for them to send you an email, but they will. It's Sudeth and Associates out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. And you've got comments on your video, Charles. Comments that reference my channel by name, and it says that I'm selling saws for $800. Okay? And I can't remember the guy's name, but I made a copy of it. I'll do a video of it probably. If I sell a saw for $800, it's going to come with so many chains that you can't easily hold them in one hand. It's going to come with multiple bars, and it's going to come with a guarantee. So you guys need to knock off this crap. You're out there trying to peddle your porting. Porting does nothing to a saw but make it super fast and ruin it. A ported saw is going to put too much, depends on how well it's ported, it's going to put too much pressure on the crankshaft bearings, and that's going to expand the crankcase, and then your bearings won't even stay in there, and you've ruined your saw. All right, it's going to stretch your crank as well. It's going to end up destroying your saw. There's no reason to port a good chainsaw. You want a small chainsaw with super wicked power? Just buy a 5800 off of, I'll tell you what, folks. You buy a 5800 saw off of eBay, and dang, I'll send you parts for cost plus U.S. mail. you know. So I'm not out there to rip anybody off. You want a good saw, $5,800 eBay saw, and I'll send you parts when you need them for what they cost me and what the post office charges. Okay, that's an offer out there to keep people from getting ripped off on port jobs, and from people like this that are disparaging people from getting good chainsaws from people trying to make an honest go at it. All right, people like Charles Brisco out there. I thought we didn't have a problem anymore, Charles. Now you're going to have about 100 videos talking about how you're out there disparaging folks and telling lies. And you're talking about that saw in your hand, about how it's not any good in your hand. You haven't even run that saw. You haven't even put that saw through any wood. If it is my saw, it's going to be damn good. But you need to prove it's my saw. Number one, it looks like you got probably some of the same plastic. Take that thing apart and find out. But you're lying if you say you got it for 150 and you can buy 10 for 80. You're lying, Charles. All right, so I'm going to close out this right now. Like, subscribe, share, comment on my video. Don't give Charles any views, because he doesn't need them if he's going to be dishonest to the YouTube community, and if he's part of the chainsaw cult, which is out there spreading disinformation, misinformation, and lies. Call me, Charles, 225-218-7156. I'm about to make you famous, buddy, because you're not famous enough right now. All right, like, subscribe, share. Take care.